On September 11, 2001, both World Trade Center buildings were hit by planes manned by terrorists. Another one hit the Pentagon, and brave Americans forced the fourth plane down into the Pennsylvania landscape. Today, we're going to share with you one story of people working together to make a difference and how one family-owned roofing company made it all happen. Please meet John Francis, owner of Northern Virginia Roofing. John, where were you on 9/11 and what was your initial reaction?
I was driving my truck up to Annapolis, and I heard on the radio that a plane had hit the World Trade Center, and of course was shocked and deeply saddened. But probably just like the rest of the country, when I heard that the second plane hit the second World Trade Center, I immediately knew that we were under attack by terrorists. And I turned around and headed home and called my wife and talked to my kids, then called my brothers and sisters and friends. And then when I heard that the third plane had hit the Pentagon, I became scared and afraid for my family. And now I'll never forget that. It's different when your city, your town gets attacked. It's even more personal. So once the fear kind of left and I started getting angry, and I remember saying to myself, you know what, I want to join the military. I want to go get the bad guys. And then of course reality set in, and I realized that the military isn't going to take a 38-year-old roofer. So I came up with an idea that wouldn't let the terrorists win, to show the terrorists that we weren't afraid. And that idea was to replace that roof depending for free.
Sounds you were serious about this. What did you do with this idea?
My wife, Kim, called John Irby. He was the director of facilities for the Department of Defense. She asked him if I could meet with him. And the next thing I know, I'm actually on top of the roof at the Pentagon. And I'll never forget seeing the nose of the plane actually peeking out past the wall of the third ring at the Pentagon, or the charred slate, the smell of the charred slate, and just the incredible devastation that that plane caused. And I told John that we would like to replace the roof for free.
I understand that the damage done to the roof alone was well over $1 million, but what made you think that you could replace the roof for free? After all, the Pentagon is the biggest building in the country.
That's true. We had never worked on a project that big before at Northern Virginia Roofing, especially a multi-million-dollar project like the Pentagon. But I knew we had to try.
What did you do when you realized the magnitude of the damage and realized you couldn't do it all on your own?
Well, once we realized that Northern Virginia Roofing couldn't replace the roof alone, we realized we needed help, actually a lot of help. So my wife Kim called Patty Johnson, the executive director of Rebuilding Together, along with Christmas in April. And Patty called Bill Good, who's the president of the NRCA. It's the National Roofing Contractors Association. Together, we started to realize that this was going to be a little more difficult than we expected, because the Pentagon said that they didn't have any forms for free and had other concerns. Once we kept pushing, and we finally convinced them that we could pull this project off and give America, a roof for free at no expense to the taxpayers, we were elated.
What drove you to lead the initiative to replace the Pentagon roof?
I wanted to do something. I had to do something. I was too old to join the military, but I'm a roofer and I wanted to do something for the country. So I told my wife, we're roofers. Why don't we give the country one of its roofs back?
What lessons did you learn during this project?
Well, there's two things that I took away from this. First is that an individual or a small business can achieve great things if it dares to dream and if it refuses to quit on that dream. Second thing is that I realized that one of the great traits about America is its unity. And I saw after 9/11 America come together as one. And even the Congress, got rid of their partisan politics and came together after 9/11. So, if America stays united, we can't be defeated.
Speaking of Congress, I understand that you appeared before the House committee. What happened there?
Yes, in 2002, I appeared before the House Committee on Small Businesses to discuss how small businesses affect the country, and in particular about the Pentagon project and how we replaced the roof there. I was very honored and humbled to represent the roofing industry and to discuss how we all got together and replaced the roof for free. So 13 years later, I'm driving by the Pentagon. I can't tell that anything happened. The World Trade Center tower has been rebuilt. Look what we can accomplish when we come together as a community, as a country. We can achieve great things.